This is Quarry Bay Station. Quarry Bay is a station on the Island Line and TransWA line of the MTR system in Quarry Bay on Hong Kong Island. The station's livery is teal green. As with all stations on the Island Line, Quarry Bay is located on the northern shore of Hong Kong Island. Platforms 1 and 2 are built beneath King's Road to Pak Fook Road. Platforms 3 and 4 are built beneath King's Road to the south of Model Housing Estate. In the course of constructing Quarry Bay Station, with the initial 2 platforms, 70,000 cubic meters of rock was excavated and 28,000 cubic meters of concrete was poured. The station opened as part of the first phase of the Island Line on May 31st, 1985. The station was expanded in 1989 with the addition of platforms 3 and 4, which served as the terminus of the Kwun Tong Line, upon its opening with the Eastern Harbour Crossing section. The station was badly congested in the mid-1990s. The station has a capacity of 30,000 people per hour and was close to saturation. Contingency plans were developed to evacuate trains ahead of Quarry Bay to avoid overcrowding, while construction options were planned to alleviate the problem permanently. On September 27, 2001, the Quarry Bay congestion relief works was completed, extending the Kwun Tong Line to North Point and providing an easier and more spacious interchange there for central-bound passengers. On August 4, 2002, the Kwun Tong Line platforms began serving the newly opened TransWA line instead. The station is noted for having the deepest platforms in the MTR network by meters above sea level, to allow the TransWA line tunnel to traverse Victoria Harbour to go across the harbour. They are also among the deepest by meters below ground level. The station's concourses, however, are at ground level and open directly onto the street. As a result, 4 sets of escalators and many long passageways are necessary to connect the concourses to the deepest platforms. The walking time between concourse and TransWA line platforms takes 5 minutes. Therefore, passengers are not allowed to enter the paid areas of the station from 7 minutes before the last train departs, which is different from the 5 minutes applied to other stations. Since platform 3 and 4 were built sometime after platforms 1 and 2, no cross-platform interchange is available in Quarry Bay. Commuters interchanging between the 2 lines have to walk through an insanely long passageway and 2 flights of escalators for about 5 minutes to reach the platforms of the other line. This inconvenience and increasing passenger numbers were what prompted the MTR Corporation to undergo the Quarry Bay congestion relief works, which extended to North Point for 1 more station on the TransWA line, where cross-platform interchange are provided. Alright, here we are at Quarry Bay. C. Leung is inside the station right now. He will be filming with me later on. Here's exit A, which serves King's Road and the side closer to the real Quarry Bay areas. And also with all of the buses actually going along the road here. This is the main road with Taikoo Place. This is the exit actually serves Taikoo Place. It's across the road. Main road here. And we have exit B, which is actually up here, literally right here. This escalator up links with the footbridge and links over there. That's Finney Street over there. Back there, that's B, which is actually a terrible exit. You see how far it is. Instead of actually walking underground because of the ground level concourse, they do it overground, above with a bridge and walk over here. Which is so weird because there's an MTR sign over there. And then there's another MTR sign before you enter the real building. This is really weird. Plus no lifts for that exit, so it's terrible. And also with the bridge actually links down to the Shao Kei Wan eastbound tram platforms over there. And this side is connected with ground pedestrian crossings towards the westbound concourse. Platforms. A lot of routes here crossing along. That's outside Quarry Bay. We still have exit C, but that is not accessible from this side of the station. So that's why we won't be actually featuring that on ground level. We're just going to show you the concourse later on for exit C. Let's enter the station. Ground level, very easy and easy to handle. Where's Sealearn? Sealearn's inside the station. He's using the toilets earlier on. Here's Circle K, which is good. This is the what is that thing called? The convenience store for the station. We have a bank here, and that's it for the shops on this side, which is pretty trashy. Let's enter the gates. That's all we need to talk about outside the station. Let's enter now. Alright, made it into the gates, and let's start walking. Sealearn is here. I think this is... Just kidding, that's not Sealearn. Apparently I apparently wrong person. But there's the lift right there, which is another awkward one, because this one actually doesn't go down to the platforms. It actually just links down to a passageway, which you need to walk. That's just linked down to passageway. It doesn't link to the concourse. If you want to go to the concourse, there's another lift or escalator. Toilets here, which is definitely recently added, with also the information board over there, also recently added. Very cool, very high tech over there. Don't know where Sealearn, but we're just gonna walk a little bit. Maybe we can bump into Sealearn again. Let's head down to the concourse. I mean the platforms. So that's why, because of this station is actually on ground level for the concourse, and it off is very inconvenient to get to the platforms. I literally just walked with it. I think it was my first time actually exiting Quarry Bay, and then I was like, what the hell is this station? It's a big old maze down here. So we're gonna walk through it together. Down from exit A and B concourse, we'll walk down to the mid-levels here, which this is the passageway leading over, and there's Sealearn over there. Okay, there's Sealearn. I thought you were up there, and then I tried to walk over and say hi to a random dude that was apparently not you, so that was close. And let's just walk this way. There's no one here, so both sides should be the exact same, I think. So yeah, it's both sides the exact same, so it doesn't matter which way. I think there's the other side. We have the murals over there though, but so walk down. This is the main path, which leads you to the Island Line platform. Not really a whole lot of things to talk about right now, but so now don't expect a good score for the station. It's going to be pretty bad, the score, but not as terrible as some of the other stations. Okay, so continue walking here. This is basically the whole station. Tons of passageways for you to walk, which is miserable. And turn back to, that's it. I think here is the other side for the passageway.
There's another escalator.
Yes. Escalators here, or you can walk back here to see the murals, which there's some random color things back here, which is cooler. These things right there. And also these things. You see, what the hell? Either you go down right there, or you go further into the middle of the platform. Like, why there's so many passageways? Because this is the deepest platforms of the entire MTR system. Somehow it's even deeper than... Yeah, because of the TransWA line platforms, definitely way deeper than the Homenton platforms. So, we have another lift here. This is the other lift that you need to take if you want to take lifts, if you have to take lifts down to the platform. So you need to take one from the concourse, link down to the passageway, you walk this whole thing, or you use your wheelchair, drive through this whole thing, and then end it off to this lift where you can go down. One more level. Like, what the hell? And the lift is like right back there too. It's so crammy. Let's go down to the Island Line platform. And you see how tall that is? So long. I'm gonna do no cuts just to show you how huge the station is. That's this right here, all the way. I haven't walked the passageway to exit C yet, because this was my first time exiting Quarry Bay, definitely. I always just use it for interchange. Although it's like the worst station to do interchange, but if you're doing same direction between TransWA line and Island line, then you use North Point to change because it's cross-platform. But if you're doing opposite direction interchange, like from here, I'll show you the map. If you're doing same direction, then you interchange at North Point. So basically it's Turncoil line change to North Point and go this way, or you Island line change here and then go this way. If you're doing opposite direction interchange, change here because you don't need to take extra station. Regardless of no cross-platform interchange anyways if you're doing opposite interchange. So, okay, let's walk through the Island line platform. Both platforms are the exact same design. It's a very London-style platform with the tubes on both sides. Island platform. It's a pretty far island platform. The platform, of course, is not huge at all. Not wide, unfortunately. Pretty narrow. And still the dead display over there. And the outside is Kennedy Town, platform 2. Now we'll go to Turncoil line platform. We'll show you how to interchange. Now, look right here. This is where you start, and then you start walking. This is why they extended it to North Point, because if not, both direction people will be doing this and end up jamming the entire path. Down another escalator. There are actually 3 paths for you to walk between Island line and Turncoil line platforms, and they're pretty much actually slightly different in designs. I'll show you later on the display map. So, down another floor, and then you're gonna walk this twisty passageway. Like this, turn, and in front of you is another endless maze that you need to walk through to the Turncoil line platforms. It just says Polam to Lewis Park because if you're just going to North Point, just take Island line. You don't need to take Turncoil line to do Island line. I mean to do North Point. Because the first platform, no matter which entrance you enter, it should be touching Island line first. So you just take Island line if you need to go to North Point. But you see how long this passageway is. Now I think these are the longer ones because there's one in the middle of the platform, directly in the middle of the platform, which is shorter. Oh, that's so far. He just walked it this one time with his video. And now he needs to walk it again. Now also the reason why I'm not actually walking to the exit C and exit on the ground level, because I'll show you later on the map, which is so far. We're still not done yet. Like what the hell? We're still not done yet with the path. This is how you need to do with interchange here at Quarry Bay. Still, it's better to change here for the opposite direction. You need to don't need to take extra station. And here we are finally to another escalator where you can go down one more floor to get to the Turncoil line platforms. You see how stupid this interchange is. That's why it's a terrible station to do interchange.
No wonder the lift connecting the Turncoil line and the Island line is always so busy.
Yeah, there is actually a lift connecting with the middle passageway, Polam platform 3 or Lewis Park during rush hours, and the pointless North Point platform 4. Which there's still sometimes random people waiting there to take the North Point. I don't get it. So, hopefully I can find, oh, there's the map. Let's show you the map before we walk to the concourse. See, K train going to North Point. No one should be boarding this side because it's pointless. And I'll show you here. These are the passageways that you actually need to do. Now, actually it's good because if you don't want to walk, this is the lift that goes straight down instead of actually you need to walk. We just walk this, which is the longest one. You can see the middle platform, middle side is actually a shorter one. It's just an S. These are a longer S as well. There are 3 spots for you to go. And if you don't want to walk, you wait for the lift, which is a direct straight through instead of actually walking the entire thing. So, you see how miserable this is? Like, what is this? And we're ready to go to, oh my gosh, if I want to go to C, I need to walk that path again. I didn't actually realize that. Oh well. First we'll go through the platform first, then we'll go back to exit C, which is another miserable walk. We'll walk probably another one, maybe. We'll walk the middle one, maybe.
The middle one goes to exit C.
Yeah, maybe we'll go and walk the middle one and then later on. Then we show you some different things because the two ends ones are the same. The middle one is slightly different. So here's the Chunkall line platform, and here's the map. I'll show you why I said this is so terrible. We started here, and we are around here right now for the platform. And here's C. Like, you see how far away this is for the concourse. So it's two separate concourse. If you want to go to C and you end up exiting this side of the concourse, you're immediate GG right there. You need to walk on ground level, which takes you around 10 minutes. Or you can take one stop for the tram, which is $3. So that's why. If you got out at the wrong concourse, rip you. And here's the platform. It's actually a curved platform. I don't know whether the Island Line one is a curved platform. Yeah. So Chunkall Line is curved because they are coming down from the harbor. So it's turning upwards to go across the harbor, so it's curved here. Before both platforms are going to Kuntong Line going across the harbor. So you see how empty this platform is because no point of you taking here. And we have platform 3 over there, which is the same design. And you have the lift over there, which go back to the Island Line platform. Let's go to C now. We'll walk the middle path. This should be the middle path.
Yeah, this is the one.
All right, let's do the middle path. Slightly different. It's not as long as the ending ones, but it's basically an S that we need to walk. Let's walk back to the Island Line platform and we'll go to C. I'll just end at this concourse. We're not gonna exit the gates because that will be, I'm almost hitting the 20-minute mark. So I will be paying $10 if I pay the gates. So that's why no. If you're before 20 minutes, you can still pay a minimum fare. But if you pass 20 minutes, they will count you a full fare of $10. So, but be careful. So here's the twisting turns for this middle path. Which this one is more of a sharper turn, but you don't need to walk that far. In terms for the path, there's a very sharp turn. It's just basically 2 sharp turns and you're hitting the spot. It's just a I don't want to say that bad, but it's somehow a slight torture for your legs if you want to walk through the whole station, which is very tiring. And another long escalator. This is the shorter path. If you don't want to walk that far, you walk this one in the middle. And up there is back in the Island Line platform. And we're going to see which we're going to have another murdering path at the end before we can hit the concourse. I've never walked it, we'll walk it together. So let's get to exit C. I think it's just straight, yeah. Alright, straight through, we go to exit C. So it's 2 separate concourse, so the whole passageway actually doesn't link. It is broken up. You cannot actually walk from exit A and B to exit C directly on the same level, which I'll show you on the map. Yes, you see? This is the passageway from A and B and it's not linked with the C on over here. So that's why. See? Let's head up one more, we go to C. Which is closer to North Point this way at Hong Kong Funeral House and also Java Road, if you remember Java Road from the North Point video. What is this escalator? What is this escalator? Why is it like this? Hopefully you guys are following. Hopefully you guys didn't like fall behind with my description, because it's a frustrating station. I also figured out with C Learn how to actually film the station well earlier on.
Don't look down.
Right here, don't look down?
Yeah.
It's better than the Taiku one already.
Yeah.
Going into Taiku Place. And look at this. As soon as you head up, another murderous path here. Another miserable path waiting for you after you go up one escalator. You guys might be thinking, oh yes, after the long escalator, I'm free. No, another 5-minute walk first. Okay, my first time walking this path. Let's do it. Oh my gosh, this looks absolutely terrible. Okay, I saw the service center already. It's over there. And imagine if you want to walk the stairs in this station. Why is it like the slight uphill too? Yeah, this is slightly uphill with this path. Why? Okay, so I'm not exiting the gates because I can't. So we're just gonna end at the gates over here, which I think is a ground level exit.
Yeah, it's ground level.
Okay, so at least it's a ground level exit. You don't need to go another escalator. So
like maybe 3 steps.
yeah, okay.
I don't remember.
So here's the concourse for exit C, which is isolated on its own. The exits are on ground level. You just need to walk outside, and that's basically it. So, oh man, this path is definitely uphill though.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
And that's it. Is it branched off?
No.
No, okay, yeah, okay. But I'm not getting out because that would be a lot of money. But we got 7-Eleven over there, which is good. At least there is a convenience store for both concourses. And that's exit C, which leads to Model Lane, Model Housing Estate, Healthy Village, all of that areas. That's the whole station walkthrough. Hope you guys are following and stayed with me for the entire time. And here's my rating. That's everything for Quarry Bay Station. Honestly speaking, the area served by is actually very decent because even if you're like very far down, close to the funeral house direction for exit C, or you're like a mile away from it at exit A, you can still enter the station and take the trains. So you don't need to walk like far away to get back to one single spot to enter the station. But the thing is, considering, look at these passageways, you're just murdering everyone's legs. If you don't want to walk the passageways, you have to just take that lift, which is there's only one lift for that one section and go straight through without walking the passageway for interchange. Which is terrible. Considering the amount of shops in the station is so limited as well. There's only one 7-Eleven and one Circle K for either concourse. And in the middle is just these. And also the platform, not wide at all. Considering I'm so tired already after walking this whole station. And then it's just terrible interchange. During rush hours is okay. At least it's alleviated with North Point Station. At least not everyone's walking this path. But when you need to change here, I'm giving Quarry Bay Station a 2.5 out of 5. Let's spot some trains. And this is the lift for you to connect with both platforms if you don't want to walk the passageway. Look at this bull crap. That lift is one of the oldest lifts too. They haven't updated that yet. You see? You see the door closing? So damn slow. And literally the whole line was until there earlier on, and then there's a full lift now. So that's what happens. $15, 256 Gen B 2B, nice. There's like only like 4 to 5 for Gen 2B. Now, one of the distinguished features is the holes, but holes doesn't really mean anything because some of the 2As also have holes, but most of the 2Bs have holes in the middle. I don't really know the difference between 2A and 2B, except the holes. And just look at the numbers. The 25 something should be 2B, except 257. 257 is 2C already. So 256 here, that's probably the last 2B here. Can you look at the number?
And they already know 103.
Oh, yeah. I was not even ready. This thing came in way too fast. Oh, 250 again. Oh, that means the same trains again. Oh my gosh. Nice. Always like these kind of things. Really cool that they actually put in a Gen 3 here. Well, rip me. It's all the same trains. 209. And a display board with nothing on it. Train. 102. That's pretty empty. Well, not at the front though. We got a 2C gen, I think, right here. Car.
Yeah, 753 owns 2C.
Yeah. Don't really have the knowledge about the D cars that much. Oh, now it's completely dead now. Wow. Oh, that's like a fake 2A right there. Yeah, that's more like a fake 2A. Still dead after it reboots.
Train to Taiwan is arriving. Please let passengers exit first.
One 101, 166.
Between the train and the platform.
Which is weird with the train fleet number for the day, 36, I think. Just so random with these numbers. Like, this is not rush hours and they put in random numbers for the train. For the train head. Like, why this thing's 35 or 36 or whatever that is. Well, the normal numbers in the 10s and the 20s. Like, especially this is not Chunma line. Chunma line starts from 27 for the first train. $36, you see? Like, what?
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
What's with the 46? I really don't get why it's actually 46.
This peak hour started early.
No, that I have spotted this train for the North Point video and it's like 1 p.m. and it's still there. 239, 212. Hopefully I can get 2B Gen because that's where they are on the Island Line. And unfortunately, we got the same batch of trains as the North Point video though. Alright, Ex-Kunta Line 177. But it's a different station, so it's fine. Hopefully get better trains later on the other side. And you can see clearly on the thing with the noise barrier. That's the noise barrier. With the thing next to the train doors. Which is honestly pretty useless, but that's something there, I guess. More fake 2C back here. Because A220 is a 2A, but closest like a 2C. Which is always troll when we see these. Fake 2A, fake 2C back here. Not so sure about whether there are fake 2As. For sure there are fake 2As for the 2Cs, but I don't know where they are.
Please let passengers exit first. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Oh wait, another weird door back here. It's like a fake 2C again back here. Yeah, another fake 2C back here. K train. Oh, next one M train now. Okay, again, no Lotus Park train. It's still off peak right now, 19 here. And terrible stop spot. The one and only station on the main line for TransWA line with these old platform doors, because this is part of Kunta line before, which was here before the North Point opens for the TransWA line side, so that's why this is the older platform doors.
Stand back from the platform doors.
The school releasing hours, you see how many people going back across the harbour now. And M train coming in, 188, 189.
Please mind the gap between the train.
Here we are. Whole land with the glitch that's over there. Oh my gosh. What is that first two cars? That first two cars so screwed over there. Don't run it! Aye. Look at the frequency. What the hell is that? Urban line, 5 minutes per train. And another M train. (171)
請小心列車與月台間之空隙，請小心列車與月台之間的空隙。
The Express train, UA, full ads. So that's why you can see the different color for the numbers section. You can see this white square right there. Because when they put on the full ads, they actually leave that space open to let you see the number. And then the rest of the trains are just dark. Alright, before we say hi to the train, say hi to 5 Quarry Bays. Why there are 5 consecutive like this? And also these 3 are centered for the English and these 2 are not. Like why? Oh my gosh. You see the amount of people. They should have already started increasing frequencies right now because like what is this? So full for the trains. Three, two, one. Please stand back from the. So do we need to please stand back from the? Clearly a joke.
往北角列車即將到達。
Oh, we will get M trains later on when it comes back. The thing is, before without platform doors, it's way better to spot because the trains can curve in, you can see the trains. This is also kind of a cursed number font for the A309. Doesn't look natural at all. Now you can see no one is boarding the train because there's no point. You can, but no point. Because this is the further away platform, why not just take Island Line? Plus, if you need to continue on Island Line, you want to just take Island Line, you know? really like this empty platform.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform. 请勿靠近幕門，請不要靠近木門。Please stand back from the platform doors. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Yeah, it's just the same batch of trains compared to the other side, but there's no options today because this is such a short line. No matter which direction I film first, we get the same batch of trains. Wow, that's the bad stopping spot. Not really like completely terrible or anything, but it's not good, that's for sure. Okay, apparently don't even bother having announcements on the platform. The train is playing the announcement, but no platform announcements. Except the and you can see the whole platform, literally no one on it. It's like the best platform to spot trains here. And we'll be taking the M train coming down here, 188, 189. We got some rush hour trains coming in soon, but unfortunately we have completed everything, so. Here's 24 of the M train. And that's the end of the video. We'll say goodbye to Sealer. He needs to get out of the gates. He's almost hitting the 2 hours and 30-minute mark. So he needs to get out. And boarding train. Of course, we have to board the M train.